Hello, freshmen. My name is Miss Ponti, and I am one of the four school counselors at Calvert High School. And I wanted to talk to you in advisory today about some things that you can be doing now as a freshman that can help start setting you up for what you want to do after you graduate from high school. I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking you've got 4 long years ahead of you, and that graduation date is very far in the future. But trust me, it will happen a lot faster than what you think it will. So I want to talk to you about some things today that can help set up your path to whatever you want to do after you graduate from high school. So the first thing I want to talk about is your GPA. So for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure you do, but your GPA is based on your grades. So every quarter when your report card comes out, your GPA is calculated, and it's an average of all of your quarter grades that show up on your report card. So you can see here, this is an example of the grade point scale, grade point average scale. So if someone says to you, you have a 4.0, that means you're tip top shape and you have an A in classes. If you have a 3.0, you're looking somewhere in the B range, like an 83 to an 86, like you can see here on the chart. And if you have a 2.0, you're looking at a 73 to a 76. So GPA is a big thing because your GPA is cumulative, which means that it's a carrying average that goes from ninth grade forward. So the thing about your GPA is that it's really easy if you keep it up and you keep working hard every quarter. But if you tank one quarter and you bring your GPA down low, it's really hard to get it back up to where it was. So it's really important for you guys as freshmen to make sure you're working your hardest to keep your grades up so that by the time you're a junior or a senior and you're applying to colleges, you're looking at scholarships, you're looking at the military, you're looking at jobs, whatever the case may be, that your GPA shows you in the best light so you look like the best applicant. So into your GPA too, to go back to this, you'll also see that AP courses are listed on there on the right in that 4.0 scale column. So what that means is that our AP courses are weighted. So what that means is that if you take an AP course at Calvert High School, you get a little bit of extra credit in your GPA. So we reward you for taking on a harder class scale. So I know as freshmen, not a ton of you are taking AP classes, and that's okay. But that's something to be thinking about over the next couple of years because registration will be happening in the next couple of weeks. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So GPA is one very important thing that you all can be working on now to make sure that that stays up and stays strong. So something else, some other things you could be thinking about, and I know right now being virtual, it's really hard to get involved in things. And I know Mrs. Sutton and the administrators have done a great job of having club meetings during lunch virtually, but I know it's not the same. But try, do the best you can, get out there, get involved in activities, because when you do graduate, people are going to want to see a resume. And what that is like a list of activities and jobs and things that you've been involved in. So make sure you have something on your resume. So in freshman year, like I said, it's not the most ideal atmosphere now, but maybe when we get back in the building, maybe that's something you can, look forward to doing. Another thing is to start off with that strong GPA like we just talked about. So make sure you're working very hard in your classes and you're doing the best you can. Again, I know it's hard because of these circumstances, but just keep working, keep doing it, do the best you can. And the other thing is to challenge yourself with rigorous classes. Like I said earlier, and we'll be doing registration probably around February in the next couple weeks. So make sure you're thinking about that as you think about your classes for next year. Because colleges and people like to see that you're challenging yourself. So make sure you're stretching yourself. Maybe take an AP, maybe take an honors class, take something that's a little bit tough, because that's going to really look good on your resume and on your transcript. And that's what people are going to want to look for, that you challenged yourself and you rose to that challenge. So be thinking about that as well. And speaking of classes, something else I wanted to talk to you guys about is pathways. So I'm sure your middle school counselors did an excellent job talking about the pathway requirement that you have to take as a graduation requirement while you're in high school. And the pathway, I always tell students, it's almost like a major in high school. Now, just because you do one of these things or just because you don't do one of these things doesn't mean that you can't end up doing this when you grow up as like a real job. But there's just an opportunity for you in high school to sort of experience some of the careers or some of the um, areas of work that you might be interested in doing. And a lot of times students will take more than one pathway. That is not an unusual thing. But I just kind of want to explain some of the pathways that we have at Calvert High. So one of the most common one is college prep, which is 2 years of the same foreign language. And this should be happening for you if you are a student who plans on going right to a four-year school. And even if you aren't sure, I would encourage you to take 2 years of the same foreign language because you never know what you'll be thinking when you're a junior or senior. So you just kind of leave that option open. And if you do have credits for middle school in Spanish 1 or French 1, or French 2, I guess, or Spanish 2, those credits will count as well and be counted into your high school credits. So be thinking about that as well. Some of the other pathways we have at Calvert High, we have Academy of Finance, we have accounting, business, biomedical. Some of you guys may be starting that this year. We have career research and development, the agriculture program, criminal justice, computer science, engineering, ROTC. You have to complete 3 years of ROTC to have that become a pathway, or teacher academy. And a lot of these will open up to you guys next year when you're sophomores. So be thinking about this again because registration is coming. Some of the other pathways we have are at the CTA, at the Career and Technology Academy. And these programs you can begin when you're a junior. So they've got things down there like Academy of Health Professions, auto mechanics, carpentry, Cisco, cosmetology, electricity, firefighter EMT, food production, graphic arts, HVAC and plumbing, home improvement, and a brand new one for this year, interactive media and welding. So the CTA are some really great programs, but you can't start them until you're a junior. So what I would advise if you want to do the CTA, what I would think about is when you're doing your courses for next year, make sure you get a lot of your requirements out of the way so that you have room to go to the CTA your junior and senior year. So the pathways, what I'm telling you guys about this today is, of course, so you have time to plan and really start thinking about what you want to take for your classes next year. But I also wanted to introduce you to something. Well, you may have done this in middle school, but I'm going to have you do something called the Career Matchmaker today on career cruising. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's basically an interest inventory. So it asks you all about things you like to do, things you don't like to do, interests you have, skills you have, hobbies you have. It's 39 questions, but it's pretty quick and easy, and it's kind of fun. And then based on your results, career cruising will give you a list of careers that might match what you're interested in and what you're good at. And I hope that this will be something that you'll take into consideration as you really start thinking about your future plans and what it is that you want to do for your courses next year, and also in high school and beyond, because I know people will start asking you that information now. So now your teacher, your advisory teacher, is going to give you some instructions on how to log into career cruising and how to access that matchmaker. And it should take you more than 15 to 20 minutes. And then when you're finished, I'm just going to ask that you do a little survey to give your counselor a little bit of information about what came back on your survey results so that we can keep that in mind as we work with you to help you, plan for your future and plan out your classes for the next couple of years. And don't forget, if you guys have any questions or you need help with anything, your counselors are still here. Looks a little bit different this year. You can't just walk down to our office and say hello, but we're all here virtually. So you can connect with us on Schoology, you can call us, you can email us, or you can make an appointment with us. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, and thanks for listening to me today. I hope you all have a great time playing around on career cruising. See you later.